what was my greatest concern? The unknown of migrating there. Number one, the, the current job that I had in the Philippines, I did not know if I was going to be able to still continue doing that,
Mm-hmm.
in the job that I had
Mm-hmm.
working offshore, remember?
Right, right.
So I was already doing that in the Philippines as an expat. But when you move over to the States, because that's the US company that was hiring you, you didn't know whether it was going to, uh, I'd be allowed to perform the same job.
Every year, thousands of people migrate to other countries in search for a better life.
Each one with a story to tell of courage and determination.
Adjusting to a new country is not that easy.
Here at Migrant Tribe, we honor you.
So join us as we share our stories from our journey down under.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Migrant Tribe, stories from our journey down under, episode 46. This is Joseph. In today's episode, very similar to the previous episode that we had, I will be speaking to another dear and close friend. He's now based overseas. A big migrant tribe. Welcome to Doc Juju, one who migrated to the United States. He's now based in Las Vegas, Nevada.
No, Henderson.
Oh, Anderson. Sorry. My mistake. Okay, but it's still in Nevada. So I'd like to introduce also a friend I've known since I was
High school.
this high. Okay, so Juju. Hi, Juju. How you doing? Welcome to the Migrant Tribe.
Hello, Joseph. Hello.
Okay, so to start us off, okay. Usually, the basic question is, okay, Juju, what was the reason you migrated? What was your decision? I know of your background. You already had family. You had a close family already in the United States. So, what made you decide to move to the United States?
My mother picked me when we were in high school.
Oh, okay. Way back then. Okay.
Second year high school. The year I left, after that, I was at Green Hills. That's the reason why I left Green Hills, because my mom for the US, and I was staying with my mom, so I had to stay with my dad who lives in Alabang. So I had to study in Alabang, and so that's the reason. However, when we were petitioned, at first you're excited, and then after it's taking so long, you think to yourself, if it's
not gonna push through, yeah,
it's going to happen. So I prepared my life to work in the Philippines and thrive in the Philippines.
Make a career in the Philippines. Yep.
Yes, but also with the thought that there is a small chance that we might migrate. And lo and behold,
It did push through.
2010, the petition went through, but it was for one person. I told them that, by that time I was married and I had kids already, so I had to re-petition. And then 2012, the petition was for all of us, the whole family, wife and 4 kids, and 3 because one was already born in the US. So delayed it as much as I could. 2014, didn't delay it anymore. The US government said either you're coming or you're not. So 2014 left.
Okay, 2014. So you've been there ever since 2014.
Going 7.
Okay, so prior to migrating, what was your greatest concern or fear?
Would I be able to not know? Having visited the US times even before migrating, you know the lifestyle already.
Yes.
You've seen there, you've done this, you've seen how to live. What was my greatest concern? The unknown of migrating there. Number one, the current job that I had in the Philippines, I did not know if I was going to be able to still continue doing that in the job that I had working offshore, remember?
Right.
So I was already doing that in the Philippines as an expat. But when you move over to the States, because that's the US company that was hiring you, you didn't know whether it was going to, I'd be allowed to perform the same job and go to the other places my work was. So basically, the unknown of being able to work for the same company. You always have to have a backup plan.
Right.
You know.
Okay. In when you did finally arrive with the family, so what were the adjustments for all of you guys?
Well, again, I told you that we brought the kids over already, even before we migrated, so they already knew what they were getting. 1 year before we finalized that we were going to leave, we already made our lifestyle in the Philippines so that it will more or less reflect how it is going to be in the US. So no maids, just us.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's a good practice.
Making sure that we're, the kids are used to not having to rely on somebody. It's, for the household chores and all that. So everybody was assigned duties and responsibilities. They knew coming into the US that
This was going to be your life. Yep.
more or less.
Okay. And how's it been so far?
Excited. There's some things, again, you're constantly planning and trying to improve your life and you're trying to bring a piece of what you had there
Exactly.
here. So yes, you'll be able to be as comfortable or be more comfortable, right?
Okay. And you guys already got your own place, correct?
Yeah. Because my mom was here, on our first year, we had to rent a bigger house. Fortunately, going to the US, and it's the credit score. I don't know if other countries also require you to have credit scores, but here in the US, credit scores.
To apply for a loan? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and thank God my stepdad was able to help me out. 1 year, I was able to get a good credit score, but we were trying to figure out and try to purchase a house that has a granny suite for my mom and her husband.
Oh, okay.
When we found this place, he also helped us out with regards to getting loan. So
Okay. Any unforgettable experience in the United States since you migrated?
yes, good experience a lot because you're seeing places that you only read about or you've only seen in the movies, and you're enjoying those things. Thank God, we have the chance to travel and be allowed to do that. Unforgettables would be, the difficulties of adjusting, especially for Olive. When she came over here, and the fact that we were staying in one household with a granny suite, my mom and my stepdad. Those are the things that you gotta balance out, and so far it's okay. Again, like with any big endeavor, it's a matter of adjusting.
Okay. Okay, and part of that adjustment also, everybody experiences. Could you touch on something about when COVID hit the United States? We know there was a time the United States was kind of like the center of the cases that kept going up. No one expected it to be. Can you share a bit of your experience, how you and your family were able to deal with the pandemic?
You know how loose the US is or was during the pandemic. So
Back in 2020.
really affected. Pretty much because the place where I live, the population of Vegas and Henderson combined is like 2.5 million. It's big. It's not as if when you go to a certain place, everybody's there, they spread out. So it's just a matter of timing, not going there when the rush hour is there or when there's more people. For the most part, people were very vigilant about following the instructions about going into.
Yep. The protocols. Yep.
Yes, mask up and all those things. There are some outliers, maybe the rednecks, but those who resist, for the most part, yes. And we don't. at our age, we're not the ones that let's go to a concert. Do this, do
Right,
that.
right. That's
Been there, done that. We've seen it.
Don't-
It's not. And at our age, I'd rather watch it on big screen TV, right, rather than
right. Like go in crowds, yeah.
Yep.
Couldn't do without the crowds. Okay. So and it's good to hear that things are a lot better now. With vaccination, really pretty much everyone's at least partly or fully vaccinated. So that's good to hear, and and the numbers have really gone down in the United States. And because COVID is something that we just have to live with, from now on. And okay, the best thing about living in the United States.
It's not the Philippines, but that's also the worst thing about living in the US. It's not those.
Okay, right. I think yes, yeah, go ahead.
It's not the Philippines because you know where your money's going. You know it's working for you.
For you, exactly.
And coming here, keep your nose down. You work hard. You get somewhere.
You'll make a living. Yep.
You know somebody. You're a kid of a politician. You're a kid of an actor. Automatically, they think they're already ahead above you, which I really don't like.
Mm-hmm.
That type of person, keep my nose down and work, and you can achieve pretty much what you want.
You want to achieve. Okay. So, knowing what you know now,
Just like what Gary said,
what would you add differently? Do something differently? What would you do?
I should have prepared better for the tax system. I should have fixed all my finances in the Philippines even better.
Mm-hmm.
For it even better. Let's see. Should have gotten a bigger house so I could have gotten a casita for my mom and my dad instead of that.
So what's that extra? You should have waited a longer, maybe finding that better place. Well,
A bigger place that
Bigger
they
place.
can have a small casita outside of the house, but we're still in that proximity.
okay. So here's kind of like simple questions. Your favorite place in the United States?
Outdoors. Oh my goodness. Camping with the Boy Scouts.
Oh, okay.
It's just that you've never
Nature,
been
okay.
enjoying it, right?
Okay. Simple question. Favorite food?
Tomahawks. Oh my goodness.
What's that?
I know how to cook a tomahawk already.
It's okay. Sorry, not too familiar. What's a tomahawk?
Tomahawk steak.
Oh my steak that this big and this thick.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
When you come over, we'll do that.
Okay, definitely. Okay, something to look forward to. Wow, that's great. Okay, thank you again for inputs. And any advice to those people who are kind of, let's say, if they had the opportunity to migrate to the United States and they're kind of like still undecided?
Yeah.
Any piece of advice?
Interestingly, I had a chance to migrate to other areas because of work.
Oh, okay.
But for some reason, the pieces didn't just fall through.
Mm-hmm.
So my advice is if somebody has an opportunity, go and take it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, you tried it and you won't. If it doesn't work. But then it worked. I mean, you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Easily go back to the Philippines anyway.
Yeah, there's no law that prevents you from going back.
We're still citizens of the country.
Right. Exactly. Good. Okay. Thank you for that advice. Okay, so going back. Okay. Great insights. Thank you again, Doc Ju, for sharing your experiences. Now, any of you out there would like to share your stories about your migrant journey, let us know. Message us or send us an email. Okay, So yeah, for those people who haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, and yeah, and watch for us every week as we come out with new episodes about migrant stories. Okay, so that's it, and again, thank you. Bye.